Hello everyone. So today I wanted to talk about the topic of our own privacy. So this is a very important. It was a very interesting topic for me to do research about it. I had a question for you guys. How many of you guys are okay with the government collecting as much data as they want from your cellular devices? Probably not a lot of you guys. So I heard about this thing, how the government is starting to track our location through our cellular devices. So they're using it to see if we're traveling to different states and to just parks or anything during this whole pandemic thing, the stay-at-home order while it's in place. So I looked into it, and so they're starting to track our movements for now, and it all started years back. So after September 11th in 2001, the government started a special collections program that they called, and it would collect information and store it to find like terrorist activity and to help prevent it. So they would track like terrorists like cell phone, and like they would see what they're planning. And then in May of 2006, USA Today, they had an article that reported that the NSA has been tracking millions of Americans. So now it's going from terrorists, now it's going to everyday just Americans, people living in America. They're recording their phone calls and with the help of major telephone companies. And a few weeks later, after USA Today posted that article, an AT&T technician said that the company let NSA tap into their fiber optic system in 2002. And then in September of 2007, Microsoft became the first major company to let NSA and their Prism project to collect data from their servers. So like history, search history, emails, file transfers, just live chats. So over the next few years, after Microsoft did that, Yahoo, Google, Facebook, and other companies started to join them, and they shared the information with the NSA. All this information was not public until 2013 when they admitted to it. So we really don't know how much information the government collects from us. We can only like imagine. So I try to imagine, see like the worst, prepare for the worst, like they say. So we started from going from tracking terrorists to tracking just everyday Americans. And then in January of 2011, the government they built a 1 million square foot building, a $2 billion data center in Utah to store all this information. And today it's a lot more noticeable and they're a lot more open about it. I had an example so I went to the rec center to play some volleyball with some friends after this whole shutdown started. And so we're playing volleyball, and a Franklin police officer pulls up and he's like, "Hey you guys, I'm sorry to break this up, but so we have to stop big groups of people stop them from gathering." And he said that they're using like cell phone activity, and like where big groups of people are joining, they're looking through cell phones and they can see where these people are located. So like we were at the rec center, so they pulled up and so he was open about it and he told us. So this just got me thinking more about like how much information does the government collect from us. So my proposition is the government should let us know what information is being collected and how long it's being stored, because an article said that some of the information is stored for up to 5 years. That was an article by Business Insider that they wrote that some of the information is on there for 5 years. So I would like for the government to be open about it. If they're open about it, it's a lot easier for us to understand it. Even though it's our privacy, it's very important to us, we can see at least they're being honest about it. So the government, they need to let us know how long it's being stored for. It's just the government, they can see our everyday movements, they can record our phone calls, and it's stored for as much as, we don't know, it can be stored indefinitely. But we need to the government needs to provide us with a plan, like how long it's being stored, and they need to make a plan on after how much years is it going to be deleted. So there was an image on Google. It was done by the Wall Street Journal. They recorded the different travel rate that started. So like we can see like these different parts of Texas that started after this whole pandemic. Like you can see which areas had the most movement. It's just very interesting how just regular telephone companies are logging this, and this is just for what they're telling us. We don't really know what's going on all behind the scenes. So I would like the government for them to help and tell us what is being stored, how long it's being stored, and when it's going to be cleared. Like, this information needs to be cleared sometime, because unless it's connected to terrorist